Welcome to Tunacheki's Year in Review, and in this video, Tunacheki looks back at some of the figures on the African continent who said farewell to us this year. Here are the top 10 notable African deaths of 2019. If you like informative and educational videos on Africa, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to catch all our latest videos. Number 10. Binyavanga Wainaina, a Kenyan writer who died at the age of 48. The late Wainaina won the Caid Prize for African Writing in 2002 and was best known around the world for his satirical essays on how to write about Africa. He was also named among Times Magazine 100 Most Influential People in 2014. Number 9. Reginald Mengi, the Tanzanian media mogul who died at the age of 75. The late Mengi made his wealth through his manufacturing, mining, and media company, IPP Group. He owned newspapers and radio and TV stations. In 2014, Forbes estimated his wealth at $550 million US. Number 8. DJ Arafat, an Ivorian coupe de calle singer who died at the age of 33. The king of coupe de calle dance music and one of the biggest musicians in Africa died after a motorcycle accident. He symbolized the flashy, well-dressed lifestyle associated with West African coupe de calle music. Number 7. Bob Collymore, a Kenyan-based businessman who died at the age of 61. The Guyana-born Kenyan immigrant was the chief executive of one of East Africa's most successful companies, Safaricom, the mobile phone service that allowed those without a bank account to transfer funds by sending via text message. Number 6. Hodan Nalayeh, a Somali journalist who died at the age of 43. A personal friend of Tunacheki, Nalayeh died in an attack by militants on the hotel in Kismayo. Having grown up in Canada, Nalayeh returned to Somalia last year, determined to show the positive sides through Integration TV, a YouTube channel. Our online platform was aimed at the Somali community in Canada and the wider Somali diaspora. Number 5. Beji Caid Essebsi, the Tunisian president who died at the age of 92. Beji was the world's oldest sitting president when he died. Having been seen by supporters as a safe pair of hands who maintained Tunisia's strong secular tradition, he served under two autocratic rulers before becoming the North African state's first freely elected president in 2014 after the Arab Spring. Number 4. Dorothy Masuka, a Zimbabwean-born South African jazz singer who died at the age of 83. One of the most famous African singers in the 1950s, she wrote some of the biggest hits of the decades. She also dared to write political songs about the death of the 1961 Congolese leader, Patrice Lumumba. She was later exiled for more than 30 years from the apartheid South African government at the time. Number 3. Mohammed Morsi, the ex-president of Egypt, who died at the age of 67. Egypt's first democratically elected leader, he was ousted by the military coup in 2013 after 1 year in power. A top figure in the now banned Islamist movement, Muslim Brotherhood, he was on trial for espionage when he collapsed in the courtroom and suddenly died. Number 2. Uyinene Mrwetyana, a South African university student who was brutally murdered at the age of 19. The rape and murder of this young African woman in Cape Town sparked large protests over the high level of violence against women in South Africa. Thankfully, her killer was later caught and given 3 life sentences. Number 1, and the most notable death of 2019 goes to Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe's first post-independence leader who died at the age of 95. This Pan-Africanist leader who ended white minority rule in Zimbabwe died in hospital in Singapore. He remained a revolutionary hero who stood up to Western imperialism, but others criticized his violent repression of political opponents. If you like informative and educational videos on Africa, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to catch all our latest videos. And please feel free to leave your suggestions, news tips, or topics about Africa you'd like us to cover.